If you're gonna drop over $100 on a pan, you wanna make sure that that is worth the investment. I'm gonna share my thoughts and opinions on having owned this for over a year and hopefully help you decide whether this is worth the investment of your money. Welcome to the culture of cookery. The All-Clad pan is a D5 pan, which basically means 5 alternating layers of steel and aluminum. Steel gives the pan the solid construction, its durability, and helps with great heat distribution. The layers of aluminum, you're getting the heat conductorishness of it. If that's what I read on the website, it sounds good to me. The All-Clad pan also comes in kind of 2 distinct models. They have the shiny polished steel and the brushed steel. I like the brushed steel. It looks like more worn in rather than the kind of high class French look, which, I mean, if that's your thing, then you do you. I'm not very classy. I'm just a Filipino guy cooking in Vancouver. One of the great things about these pans is it is compatible with multiple forms of heating. In our home, we only have an electric, not the coiled electric, but like the glass electric, and it's worked perfectly fine. I've never had any issues with it at all. Lastly, number 4, they're oven proof. You want to be able to sear something and then finish the cook in the oven. If you have a plastic handle, that's obviously a no bueno idea, so don't do that. Here's some pros that I found with my All-Clad pan. I love the fact that it is low fuss, low maintenance. I can use whatever utensils I want in this pan. One of the things that makes this different from, say, a cast iron pan, you wash it, you don't have to worry about soap, and I don't have to worry about seasoning it. I'm not gonna lie, for me, there is the aesthetic part of owning this pan. I just like the way it looks, I like the way it feels in my hand, and when I am tired after a long day of work and I want to do some cooking and I pick up this pan, it makes me feel just like that little bit more inspired. Classic to all All-Clad pans is that kind of indent in the handle. Great for if you want to hold it and put your thumb inside. It allows you to have like a better grip, which is totally underrated, but a really great design feature. The All-Clad is not super heavy. I love the kind of weight that it has. Unlike a cast iron pan, which is, you know, a little bit of a workout, versus like an aluminum pan, which is really, really light. This kind of combination of steel and aluminum give it a sturdiness that you need in the kitchen without kind of a fear that the pan is going to buckle under too much heat. Lastly, one of the things that I love about this is the even heat distribution. The even heat distribution just allows you to get a sear from edge to edge. As long as all of the bottom of the pan is touching the element, I've never ever had problems with it. Really, really great heat conductor. Now, not everything is sunshine and rainbows when it comes to All-Clad pan. There are definitely a few cons, and most notably is probably the price. Right now, it is hovering around the $200 mark. $200 for a pan is like a little bit of money. So that is not something that is maybe in everyone's budget range. 2, if you don't heat up the pan properly or you like overheat it, the stainless steel will not be so stainless. For instance, even the bottom of this pan is kind of like, you know, it's a little dirty, doesn't keep its beautiful sheen forever. That kind of sucks, but if that does happen to you, there are some really simple tools. Number 1, Barkeeper's Friend. I can't even tell you how important that is if you own a stainless steel and you're kind of like really hyper aware of the stains, just saying. Or you can do the baking soda vinegar. In my own experience, that hasn't worked as well. And then lastly, this pan does not come with a lid. I mean, I'm paying $200. Like, should I not get a lid? Some of you might argue this is a fry pan. You don't put a lid on something if you're frying it. Maybe I'm frying taco beef on Taco Tuesday and I want to put a lid on it to keep it warm, but I understand it is a fry pan. That's a con. Lastly, the thing that I will say about this pan, it's not the greatest in terms of surface area on the bottom. If I'm cooking multiples of things, like it can only really hold 1 steak if they're kind of small, or maybe 2 steaks. Depending on what you're cooking, it might not be enough surface area for you to do what you need to do. That being said, bigger is not necessarily better. If you have a bigger pan, you have to find more space in your cupboards to store it. This pan fits nicely in the cupboard and it just does a really good job at what it's supposed to do. This would probably be for someone that is like an intermediate cook or for someone that's looking to get away from the non-stick life. I can still cook things in it almost as if it was a non-stick pan. My wife, she has had multiple problems with it on multiple occasions because she hasn't heated it enough. So if you are using a stainless steel pan, please make sure to give it a good heat up and then add your oil. Price may be a barrier for a lot of people. $200 is a lot of dollars to drop. There are definitely some different options. Cuisinart, for instance, comes out with a pretty good all-clad pan themselves. I have one of their saucepans and I've really loved it. If you're still new to the cooking game, start with a stainless steel pan from like a Value Village or something like that. I will be coming out with an all-clad versus Value Village clad review video. Is there actually a difference between the two? If that is something that you would be interested in, you can hit the subscribe button if you like. And if you don't want to, no pressure. Don't do it. Don't do it. That is enough for me. I am going to go to sleep. Good night.